guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. I just realized there's one thing I should pull up on the side right here. So what we have here is we have a, these are the teasers for the Golden Week units, right? Looks like it is potentially going to be like a Goku unit, and then of course we have Cell. We could dig a little deeper, you know, sort of like the event translations, you know, what it's actually talking about for the two events right here. So, for Goku, we have the father and son's fight for the fate of the Earth. So, what does that tell us? That tells me, at least, that we're going to be getting a, like, probably an exchange Goku and Gohan. To me, that feels more like an LR unit. Here, I'm just going to pull this up. We're going to talk about this in 1 second, but it does feel more like an LR type unit, but looks like they're just going to drop this now, right? Like a Goku and Gohan. By the way, these will be TURs, too, right? Like, these are definitely going to be TURs. So probably like a Goku and Gohan exchange unit. So then Cell, right? Terrifying power that continuously evolves. So the Cell Dokkan event very clearly to me is going to be a first form Cell that will probably absorb 17, go second form, and then absorb 18 and go perfect, right? So we'll probably have a Super Saiyan Goku that'll exchange into Gohan, and then a Cell that will absorb 17, second form, then perfect. Hard to say. If we'll see Super Saiyan 2 Gohan as a part of this unit, right? I think he potentially could just exchange into Super Saiyan 2 Gohan straight up, or it could potentially just be Super Saiyan Gohan. I mean, we'll see exactly what they're going to do. I would not be shocked if we could get like a active skill voiced father-son Kamehameha, though. That certainly would be very sick. Also, keep in mind that if this is going to follow last year's trend, it does mean there's going to be a part 2 LR. Just based off these units right here, I am probably leaning towards a like Vegeta and Trunks exchange unit is probably my #1 sort of guess or pick I would go with right now, right? Now, one other thing I want to talk about before we discuss what these units might look like is this global producer's letter right here. So this dropped on the 21st at 10 p.m. Eastern. In here, right, it mentions information on the next campaign will be released on the 24th of April, which if you guys take a look, that is currently right now. Guess who the new characters will be? I do think, as of right now, that this Goku Gohan and the Cell, I do think this is all going to be Global and JP at the same time right now. I mean, we don't know this for sure. These are Dokkan event teasers currently in the news. They're not on Global's news. Last year, when they gave us the teasers for the GT Goku and the GT Vegeta, it was simultaneously on both versions. So keep that in mind. Like, I could be wrong. Maybe these guys aren't coming to Global, but I do think they are. I think Goku and Cell probably going to be both versions at the same time, right? Would make a lot of sense. And I think Global probably 10 p.m. tonight. So 10 p.m. on the 24th. I bet you they potentially could even show, like, the units kits or what the units are going to look like or something like that. I'd say there's a very good chance that the full reveals for these characters will come in this producer's letter #2 later on tonight. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe it's going to be a global first or something. Hard to say for sure, right? Now, if we're going to examine what like a Goku and Gohan unit would look like, the first thing we actually want to do here is we want to pull up this unit right here. This unit could have, I guess, some similarities to what we would see from a Goku and Gohan. So, in terms of their categories, right, we have Pure Saiyan Goku Family, Super Saiyan Android Cell Saga, Kamehameha, Bond of Master and Disciple, Rapid Growth Turtle School, Heavenly Events they could be on. That would be good. Bond of Friendship and Accelerated Battle. I would hope that this is another unit that would not have a new leader skill. I would be totally fine if he's just 2 pre-existing leader skills like a lot of characters. I think, like, Goku Family would be a potential, like, really good leader skill right here for this guy. But I don't know what the second one would be for the 200%. Maybe Super Saiyans? So maybe he could be, like, Goku Family and Bond of Master and Disciple 170%, which would be an insane team. Because you'd get all those Trunkses and Vegetas and stuff like that, and Piccolos onto the Goku Family team. That would be a disgusting team. And then maybe the extra 30% is like Super Saiyans. They could do Android Cell Saga, but I mean, dude, if they did Goku Family and then the extra 30% is Kamehameha. That would obviously be very good as well. I would think whatever 200% lead this character would be, it would be all of the Cell fight Goku and Gohans. I would imagine all of them would be on this. So, like, that's why I think, like, the 200% potentially being, like, Kamehameha would make sense. We do already have 200% leader skills tied to the Kamehameha category with LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and the LR Gods, but we also have multiple 200% extra 30% buffs correlated to Space Traveling Warriors in both Raditz and Captain Ginyu. So just because we already have Kamehameha, I don't think it means we couldn't get it for this unit, because it would just, if it's Kamehameha, it's a good thing, because it's going to be most of the Goku and Gohans are going to be on there, right? I don't really know. I mean, Bond of Friendship could be good for the leader skill, so could Accelerate a Battle. These are big, diverse, powerful categories. That could be really good. It's hard to look into the unit too much deeper than that. Like, trying to guess, like, kits and links and a lot of different things like this, I think certainly could potentially be an issue. But, you know, we'll see what the Goku and Gohan unit is going to look like, right? Now, if it's not necessarily that, and, like, if the unit just ends up sort of being, like, a Super Saiyan Goku, he does have a lot of steep competition, right? Like, there's a lot of units here. I would hope they would make him better than the Namek Goku, but, again, it's probably going to be a Goku and Gohan exchange unit anyway. Now, when we come to Cell, things are a bit more perilous over here for our boy Cell. Basically, oh yeah, they just all suck. Dude, I'm looking at these. They're just all bad. There's nothing here to work with. So, it's like, they're going to drop a Cell. So, like, let me pull up first form Cell. Let's pull up second form Cell. And then let me pull up perfect Cell. And then finally, let's get one of these guys right here. So, here's the thing when it comes to Cell, right? Cell, I think, has got to be an Android leader. I think that is, like, essential. We need a new lead for the Android team. But it can potentially get a bit messy, because Cell is a Big Bad Boss's character. Remember that the current core of the Android team does not rock Big Bad Bosses. So we're talking about potentially the most underrated unit in the game right now, the androids. Previously, I said it was Kid Buu, but now that he's on Global, everyone knows how good he is. The androids, though, people are still sleeping on. So I think the androids are probably my pick for most underrated. You have them, you have AJL 17, you have Int 17, you have 19 and 20, right? And you have the AJL LR androids and Super 17 and AJL Super 17. That's essentially the core of the Android team right now. None of them have Big Bad Bosses. So that's one thing to keep in mind when talking about Cell and potentially using him on the Android team, is that we don't really have a Big Bad Bosses unit to pair with him at the moment. Now, I'll probably do a separate video discussing, I think, what EZAs we could see. I think Physical LR Cell, very good chance. I do think that there's a chance that AJL LR Gohan and Int LR Cell could EZA as well. I mean, a lot of people, I'm seeing people saying, like, oh, this is horse rubbish, mockery. But it's like, dude, like, the LR Super Saiyan 4s were only a couple of months before them, right? Like, it's not like it's that outlandish that Gohan and Cell could EZA right now. And especially if Gohan and Cell are going to be major players in Dragon Ball Super Superhero by releasing this Gohan and Cell Dual Dokkan Fest, EZAing the old LR Gohan and Cell, and then the new superhero units coming out that are Gohan and Cell. You're just setting the movie heroes characters up to succeed and everyone to want to summon for them, which is what Dokkan wants. So I would not be shocked if Gohan and Cell or Physical Cell EZA, because Cell will need the help, right? Like, we look at dude, a Goku and Gohan unit, they're fine. I promise they're gonna be good. I don't need to look at their kit to know they're good, right? Case closed, they're done, they're good. Cell, they gotta make ridiculous. They gotta make this dude nutty, right? Like, I really want, like, a Ginyu level power for this Cell, because he doesn't have a lot of help when it comes to, like, androids and stuff like that. But we'll see, right? I think maybe because of the fact that he wouldn't be able to get Big Bad Bosses easily with no really great Big Bad Bosses units on the category right here, unless they would ease another side. I mean, I guess you do have second form Cell, right? But besides him, none of these, like, again, what I would consider core android units are not Big Bad Bosses characters. Let me see, like, okay, so android transformation boost, time traveler. I think something like, oh my god, dude, it's so free. Android and Time Traveler 170, and then the extra 200% just give to, like, Android Cell Saga. I think that's an easy way to do that. I mean, that wouldn't be a 200% to the Dragon Ball Super superhero characters, but I think that's a good way to buff all, like, a lot of these androids, like the tech androids. I think one of the goals Dokkan should look into is making the tech androids work well with Cell, right? Because the tech androids are still a premium unit that is looking good. There's a lot of other teams. I mean, dude, all these teams could use help. Power Absorption, Worldwide Chaos, Target Goku. I mean, if he's a lead for a lot of these, it could make for interesting teams. If he's a lead for, like, Target Goku, right? Remember, you'd be getting, like, Dragon Ball Z Broly on there and Hit on there and stuff like that. I'm definitely intrigued with what this Cell is going to look like. Let me take a look at second form Cell, right? So again, this is sort of going to be our best Big Bad Boss's option for Cell. This is going to be his best friend for sure, if you look at this guy, right? He's not really in anything different. Then, of course, once we get to Perfect Cell, this is where we start to get to a lot of additional categories, right? Things like Battle of Fate, potentially Miraculous Awakening, Revenge, Planetary Destruction. I think it's probably going to end at, like, Cell Perfect form. I don't think this unit is potentially going to, like, get to Perfect Cell. So, like, Miraculous Awakening, Revenge, Planetary Destruction, like, these types of teams he probably would not be on, right? I don't think we could really take too much from this Cell, but potentially what this guy is looking for. I think this is probably going to be where he ends. Oh, please. Retire this, and he does not need Gentleman. I think we'd be good on that. So let me know what you guys think of a Cell that is going to transform into second form Cell and then Perfect Cell. You know, if you guys want to be, I think, dude, gotta make him an Android lead. He has to be Android 170%. Androids instantly, by the way, will become a top tier unit or a top tier team, like capable of shitting on Broly in the red zone. Because you have 19 and 20 and the tech android 17 and 18 who beat the AoE Broly phase, the cheapest shit in the world, right? And AGL Broly as well as a beam super. So they're blocking the hardest fight in the game by far. Like, the androids would crush Broly. If like this Cell is Ginyu level, or if he's even just as good as like Kid Buu or the androids or something like that, like, the Android team is gonna crush Broly. Like, it's gonna be nasty. So I'm definitely excited to see what we got right here. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I will catch y'all next time.